Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. I want to give out a special thank you to Oliver from Nashville, Tennessee. Thank you for your $20 donation and the message saying that you want to see the continuation of Charlotte's story. So without ado, I'm going to do Charlotte's story part 2 right now. So on SoulCalibur 6, I'm going to do an online gameplay with my created character, Charlotte. Once again, if you haven't subscribed to the channel, please do so. Hit the like button down below. And remember, any donation, big or small, will help the channel grow. Thank you, and I hope you enjoyed today's video. Alright, let's see who our next opponent is. Let me see real quick before I start the story. Here we go.
Put your practice to the test and lay claim to glory.
Does that say Chun? Chun. Oh, special character. We're fighting against Chun-Li from Street Fighter. Okay. This is going to be a real good fight.
Believe in your power.
Alright, let me go ahead and start reading the story more real quick. Alright, so where we left off, Charlotte and Amy, they were on top of the mountain enjoying their picnic, right? So here we go. As Charlotte and Amy finished their meal, they started to clean up, and Amy noticed a small fire at the back of the island, towards one of the 3 lookout towers. She tells Charlotte about it, and both girls right away decide to go and investigate. As the alarm has not been turned on to alert the villagers of any danger, Charlotte thinks back to all the times that she will walk with her father all around the island, and he will go on speaking to her about the different setups of defense to protect the island and the escape protocols to evacuate too. Charlotte knows every single inch on that island. As both girls started making their way down the mountain, Charlotte starts to think about her father. Since her father is now next in line to become chief of the island, thanks to his many works of new trading routes and expanding the economy of the island, as well as being named head security, her father worked his way to the top. So Charlotte knew right away that something is wrong since none of the alarms are going off. Ooh, am I gonna get the broom on Chun-Li? This is gonna be a good fight, but I think I'm about to get the broom on her. Try to see if I can end it with a special. I'm gonna save my special towards the end. Hold on, let's finish this fight and then I'll continue on with it. Ooh, nice attack. A sidestep. Here we go. Just need her a little bit more weak so I could go ahead and activate the special. Damn. Come on, Chun-Li, let me get the broom on you. Here we go. Now she's ready. Got it. Special, baby. Look at that. Nice. KO. That was a good fight. Let's see who our next opponent is going to be. Let me continue reading on as well. As the 2 girls reach the bottom of the mountain, the only thing you hear are the awful screams coming from the back of the island, where most of the farmland areas are. As the screams start to become louder, now the alarm starts to go off. Charlotte knows that this means that the island security force will be on its way. Since the security force have about 100 men spread out throughout the island to keep it safe, now you can start seeing the smoke getting larger. As it doesn't explain all the screaming and the commotion that they hear, Charlotte tells Amy she's taking her home because she feels something is wrong. This is not just about a fire. As the 2 girls start to run home, Amy holds Charlotte's hands and pulls her back and whispers to her to get down as she notices a shadow figure walking past the trees ahead. As the shadow figures passes them by, Charlotte stands up to see where can they go and hide, until it's safe enough to get to one of the 5 escape routes or to find one of the security guards. Out of nowhere, one of Cervantes' deck crew member cuts through the bushes, swinging his sword towards the girls trying to kill them. As the 2 girls scream to the top of their lungs in fear of death, luckily one of the security force guards makes it in time to block the attack, and with a single quick sidestep, swinging his sword, decapitating the zombie creature. As the guard realizes that it is Charlotte, the person that he just saved, his whole plan changed from protecting the island to getting Charlotte to safety, as she is the child of the future chief and granddaughter of the current chief. He stops to think, where is the nearest escape route from where they are? He knows there's one by the mountain, but the entrance path is at the bottom of the mini forest. He could take them there, to the tunnel heading west of the island. It would lead them out to the sea by getting her and Amy to safety. As they make their way through the mini forest part, they start to hear the villagers being attacked again, screaming, begging for mercy. No longer able to keep running and hiding, the security force guard had no choice but to fight back and stand his ground, as he tells Charlotte to continue to get to one of the 5 escape routes and help as many villagers as she can along the way. The security guard force starts fighting zombie after zombie, one after another, killing them quickly. But the last thing Charlotte sees as she turns around and looks back is the security force guard surrounded by 5 zombies. As she continues to run forward, all she hears is the loud scream of the security force guard screaming in pain, telling her not to stop and to keep going. As tears fall from Charlotte and Amy's eyes, they both knew the security guard force died, protecting them by allowing them the time to escape to continue running towards one of the 5 escape routes. As they finally reach the escape route, Charlotte tries to calm down Amy, as she's just getting hysterical that she just wants to leave so she could go home. Charlotte knows it's too dangerous to go back outside, and that by now a lot of the villagers are being moved to the 5 escape routes by now. While she's trying to convince Amy of what the island's protocol are, the next thing they hear are the sounds of cannons going off one after another, as they both decide to go outside and investigate and see where the cannon fires are coming from. All they can see is the destruction and fire and smoke caused by the cannon fire, as the 2 remaining lookout towers are all equipped with 3 cannons each to fire back on enemy ships that are attacking the island. The whole island is now covered in the noise of cannon fire. Meanwhile, Mark, Charlotte's father, is finished setting up his forces to defend the front of the island. Astra, standing tall in front of his ship, is surprised by the small island's defense strategies and expected no resistance whatsoever. As he looks to his right, he can see one of his ships being destroyed and sinking to the sea by the cannon fire. He's able to dock his ship and release his lizardmen upon the island in search of Cervantes. As the security guard force are very skilled, they are better fighters than the lizardmen and zombie creatures. They are all being wiped out merely just by the sheer numbers are overpowering them. For every 13 kills a single security guard force can get, they will eventually get surrounded and suddenly killed. They're all getting attacked from both sides of the island. The main job right now for the security force guard is to now buy as much time as they can to let the villagers escape. As the 2 groups finally meet, all you can see is lizardmen fighting zombie creatures to the death. Veronica, Charlotte's mother, finds her first and tells both girls to get back inside. As some of the villagers make their way in too, now each escape route has a small ship that can hold up to 100 villagers. As they start to set up the ship, Veronica waits by the entrance with 2 security force guards. In the distance, she can see her father, the chief, with some of the villagers' children, trying to get them to safety. Veronica rushes to her father's aid as she notices they are being pursued by lizardmen. The security force guard follow as well. As her father turns around, he kills 2 of the closest lizardmen, allowing the children to make it inside the escape route. As the battle continues, the commotion attracted the attention of the zombie creatures. Veronica is fighting alongside her father against lizardmen and zombies. Veronica gets separated and finds herself surrounded. When the finishing slash from behind comes, her father sacrifices his life to save his daughter by being the one who got hit. As the mighty warrior falls to his knees, Veronica yells out no in pain. The chief, who was an honorable man, who was loved and respected by every single person in the village, died. He did what any father would do in that situation. As the security force guard finished killing the rest of the enemy, Veronica carried her father to the escape room, but it was too late. He was dead. Mark, on the other hand, makes his way towards the mountain. He sees one of the enemy pirate ships is near the escape route by the mountain. He needs to find a way to destroy that ship so they can get away when they are ready to make sail. Mark knows his family. He knows by now Veronica will have made contact with Charlotte by the mountain, and the nearest escape route through there is through the west entrance by the mini forest. So he needs to find a way to destroy that ship. So Mark, with a plan in mind to sink the battleship, he noticed one of the small fisherman ships. He intends to fill it up with gunpowder and explosive. On the way to the fisherman ship, he kills 6 lizardmen, 10 zombie creatures, and he also comes across 5 of the security force guards who were protecting some villagers nearby. He instructed 2 of the security force guards to take the villagers to the escape route by the mini forest, and the other 3 to get the supplies of gunpowders and explosives from the armory to bring back to the ship, while he'll guard the fisherman ship until they get back. More lizardmen start to approach Mark now that he's by himself. He is ready and knowing that he cannot die now until he sinks that battleship first. With his back against the ship, the lizardmen cannot surround him. So in waves of 4, they will attack Mark. And he would dip and duck and sidestep every single one of their attacks, and with a single swing of his sword, he will kill each and every one of them, until he is surrounded by 20 dead bodies of lizardmen by his feet. During the attack, Cervantes starts to put his plan into action. With one of his ships docked and the crew of zombie are fighting on the island, Cervantes has his main ship set to the side, ready for battle formation for incoming ships. And as expected, Astra, one out of 4 remaining ships now, starts to approach, without noticing that Cervantes are already waiting for them, so the trap is set. As the volley of cannon fire caught the ship off guard, it was easily destroyed and sunk. Cervantes standing tall with a serious face, as the wind of the sea will bring to him the smell of gunpowder and burning wood. Cervantes begins to laugh out loud. He thinks to himself that this was the opportunity that he was waiting for. But he changed his mind at the last moment. Instead of docking his ship now, after destroying one of Astra's ship, to go fight on land, he realized that he would still be in a disadvantage with less warriors to fight with. But now that the path is clear and Astra is on the other side of the island, Cervantes took this chance to leave the battlefield and rebuild his army somewhere else. At this point in time, Astra was annoyed and upset to see how weak his crew of lizardmen are, that he decided to join the fight. So he jumps down from his ship, swinging his mighty battle axe around, killing lizardmen and zombie creature alike. He starts to make his way to the middle of the island, killing anyone he sees. Veronica at this point in time and the rest of the villagers finish setting up the ship, making it ready to sail and to go out to sea. But first she needs to check to see if the path is clear so they can open the trapdoor, allowing them to leave. When she goes to the hidden passageway to see, she notices a big battleship right in front of the entrance, making it impossible to leave without being noticed. Veronica awaits for a miracle. Not given the order to open the trapdoor, she awaits, wondering where is Mark and if he is okay. As the 3 security force guards make their way to the armory, they had to fight about 20 lizardmen blocking the entrance door, killing them after another. While watching each other's back, they make quick work of them and finally get inside and start to load everything they can get their hands on. They come back with 3 big wheelbarrows full of gunpowder and explosive. Mark begins to watch their back as they begin to load everything on the boat. You see, the fishermen boats are really small. They can hold up to 10 people, so it was very easy to sneak up on the battleship. Once everything was loaded, they will cover it with the jib sheet as the sail of the sailboat, and all 4 men got into the water, pushing the boat towards the battleship. To anyone looking, it would seem as the boat is just drifting away from shore. Mark positioned the boat towards the back of the battleship, where the rudder would be. See, you have to understand that the rudder is the primary control surface used to steer the ship. With that being destroyed, the ship would not be able to follow them, and he will hope that the blast will be big enough to sink the ship as well. Mark finished lighting the fuse, and all 4 men raced to swim back to shore. As a massive explosion went off, no longer can you hear any cannon fire, as it was completely silent for a moment. As Astra made his way now towards the explosion, the battlefield continued between the lizardman and zombie. Okay guys, this is where I'm going to stop it. Please help me get to 1,000 views on this video and I will drop part 3. Thank you for all your support and I'll see you guys on the next video. Thank you.